Hey, Barry William Maglidity here from the Game Changers. I wanted to share a quick video with you today, or maybe a long video, on how your current marketing plan could be doing you and your business more harm than good. Now, what you'll see behind me is three different awards. Now, for those of you out there who are not familiar with ClickFunnels or ClickFunnels Award, each of these awards is what they call a 2 Comma Club Award. And essentially what they stand for is having one sales funnel that's produced more than $1 million online in less than 12 months. So each of these sales funnels is for a different, each of these awards are for a different funnel. Sales funnel has produced at least, if not over, well over $1 million in revenue in less than 12 months. All these are currently from 2018. Now, these haven't happened by chance, they've happened by choice through a particular strategy or some things that I want to share with you today. The first thing around understanding how your current marketing plan could be doing your business more harm than more good is that most people, most business owners that we meet don't actually understand what they can spend to acquire a client, nor are they willing to. And it's really quite a mathematical game. ClickFunnels, the company that's actually given me these awards, they grew from startup to over $100 million in 4 years without spending money on advertising. Now, what I mean by that is, yes, they did physically spend money on running advertising campaigns. However, they had their campaign set up in such a way that it cost them nothing to spend money because of the return that they were getting on their advertising. And this is where a lot of people fall short, is that they put money out there on different campaigns without clearly understanding what they need to get as a return to make that campaign successful. So that the first place you need to start is having a clear marketing plan where you're specific and you know what you can spend to acquire a client. Now, the easiest way to work this out is to look at what is the sales value of a product or service, and what does it cost you? What's the cost of sale to deliver a good product or service to your clients on that? Once you get that, there'll be a gross margin left. Less expenses is net margin. Now, realistically speaking, if we don't have any overheads, we can afford to spend that gross margin on acquiring more clients. But let's be honest, most business owners have overheads. So you need to work out in your business, out of the cost of sale, what can you physically afford to spend to acquire a client? If you're selling a $10,000 product and you have to pay $2,000 to someone to deliver on it, it's $8,000 gross margin. You might pay some expenses. You might be able to acquire a client for $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000. So this is where I see a lot of people, including some clients that we start working with, have challenges because they're like, I've just spent $50 on acquiring a lead on Facebook. And they think that's a bad thing because we acquire leads for anywhere from $2 to $9. Now, first and foremost, like anyone acquiring leads on Facebook, first and foremost, congratulations, because it's not necessarily an easy thing to do. Second of all, $50 could be an expensive lead if you're selling something for $2, if your widget's $2. Yet for these particular people, they were selling a product. There was a $50,000 product. So let's be honest, even if they had to spend $500 on acquiring 10 leads and one of those leads converted, that's a $500 spend for a $50,000 sale in return. So first and foremost, the fundamental is you need to understand what it costs you to acquire a client or what you're willing to spend to acquire a client, because businesses that can afford to spend more on acquiring customers will out-trump their competition every day of the week. And if you've got ways that you can minimize your lead cost or ways that you can mitigate your lead cost, you're going to be able to spend more money in your marketing. Therefore, you can grow faster and be like ClickFunnels, where you can hit $100 million in a very short period of time with no capital investment. The second thing that I want to say is that, and the way that these came about, is that we see a lot of people dabbling across multiple platforms. It's like, you need to be on Twitter, you need to be on LinkedIn, you need to be on Instagram, you need to be on Facebook, and you should be doing Google advertising and YouTube, and also go to BNI to do some networking as well. Well, no. The way that you're going to be able to scale and grow your company, and equally to achieve one of these, is to be focused, have a specific focus on one funnel, one campaign, one conversion tool, and one product for 1 year. That's called the 5 ones. Okay, so one funnel, one campaign, one conversion event, how you convert those prospects into clients, right? One particular product for 1 year. It's called the 5 ones. So the 5 ones is how we operate in any channel. So we will get one channel working well. For us, that was Facebook at the beginning. We tried to hire a bunch of agencies They didn't work out, so we ended up hiring someone to teach us how to create ads on Facebook. We thought we were pretty good when it came to psychology and branding and things like that, but we didn't know how to work the Facebook platform. We paid a guy to teach us how to do that, and we've never looked back since. We've been running our own ads very successfully since then. Once we got to a position where we had one funnel working very well, that's when we could start to explore other channels. Do we start to explore Instagram, or is it Google? Is it display ads? Is it YouTube? How are we also emailing our lists back? So rather than trying to do a million things all at once, especially if you've got a tight budget, just focus on one platform. Be super, super clear on who your niche is. Be super, super clear on what your offer is. And once you get clear on your offer and your niche, you should know where those people are hanging out. Are they hanging out on Facebook? Are they hanging out on LinkedIn? Work with one channel until you get that channel converting consistently, and then start to work across multiple channels. There's a methodology that I heard the other day that works really good in social. If you can get someone to consume 7 hours of your content, have 11 touch points with them, and they can see you on 4 different platforms, they become a client before they even speak to you. Now, if you haven't got that much money or much time, you can do it a lot simpler, a lot easier than that. However, I will say you should be focusing on one platform until successful. So just to kind of recap how your current marketing plan could be doing more harm than good. First and foremost is not being clear on what you can spend to acquire a client, which would potentially deem a lot of advertising campaigns that you run unsuccessful because you think that you're spending too much money on leads based on what other people are telling you, and you haven't spent the time and done the due diligence to work out what you can spend to acquire a client. Number 2 is around the 5 ones. You want to have one funnel set up, one campaign or channel. You want to have one product to one niche and one conversion tool over 1 year to be successful. So the 5 ones is a very, very good methodology that we run through until we do that. And the next one is to just be clear, to really work through the one channel and get one channel to a position where it's converting well before you move cross channels. Because once you get a funnel converting well, you can run paid advertising from other platforms to the funnel. But there's no point, if you haven't got a funnel working well, to be spreading yourself thin across multiple platforms hoping that people will get through. And the last thing that I said is a bit of a bonus, if you've got the time and resources, to look at how can you get your audience to engage with 7 hours of your content, whether it's written or auditory or audio or video. How can you provide 11 touch points throughout that journey? And how can you connect with them on 4 different platforms before you even get on the call with them or before they even turn up to do a quote? Because they'll become a client just through proximity and just through the connections with you before they even rock up on your doorstep. So trust that was valuable. Let me know though, what did you find most valuable? What did you find most valuable from this video? And hey, if you want one of my 2 Comma Club funnels, feel free to hit us a message up below and I'll be more than happy to send you a copy into your inbox, into your ClickFunnels account now. Barry William Magnaniti, thanks very much for joining and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.